Something I did before I started this was on these reel feet, I grinded down the beveled part of that just with a file. I just ground it down a little bit so that when the threads moved their way up this piece of metal, it was a very gradual slope. Whereas, you know, if you're wrapping around them and they're on the blank and then they get to the real foot and it's a really high jump that for it to go across, you're going along and then it goes up and then across. If you grind it, it's more of a ramp, more of a slow taper up, and I think that keeps you from having a real big gap there. So just take your file and, you know, the front edge of that, you're just grinding down just a hair. As this goes on, I'm just taking my fingernail and just scooching it down there just so you don't have any gaps in the lines right there. It's funny, this is a St. Croix rod, and they're in Park Falls, Wisconsin. Imagine they're Green Bay Packer fans. They would probably really dig this yellow and dark green color scheme I got going here. All right, as you get towards the end, you know, take this little wire doohickey here. That's its official name, by the way. It's a doohickey. You lay it in there just like that. See how it's in there? And I got the first wrap over there, and I got a loop right here that once I bury it in there, once I get a couple passes over, I'm going to take the tag end and put it through this little loop, and then I'm going to pull this end out. I'm going to pull it under, which is going to take that under these last, I don't know, it's probably going to be about 14 or 15 wraps, and it'll slide it under there, and then I'll just snip it off, and then you can take your lighter and brandish it off or burn it off. That'll, you know, it'll just get the tag end of it and just singe it so it, you know, and you don't want to do it so hard that you cause a burn mark, but you know, the nylon will just kind of curl back into itself. Anytime I'm not explaining something well, or you miss something or don't understand some part of the process, just go to mudhole.com. They got a lot of good tutorials on there. It's really a well-run site and business that caters to rod builders. And what I'm going to do is to cut my bobbin loose. Give myself plenty to work with. Keep that taut and wet that a little bit. Gonna try and thread it through that little hole. All right, pull that sucker through there. Then I'm sliding it out here. I'm gonna draw that in as tight as I can before I go. All right, zip, and that's all it does. Comes through there, tucks that in there,